could be taking control. Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, Prem. We are recording.
Yeah.
What is your question?
My question is, how you are, man?
How did we both meet?
Yeah.
Okay, so let do you want to explain first, or I'll go first?
You go first.
I'll go first. Tanya's a bit shy. But how we met was so I'll tell my perspective first, and then I'll let Tanya tell her perspective first. So what happened was one day I was bored, and I was at work, and I used to work for a flooring company in Australia, and I didn't have too many friends at that time. Yeah, I still don't have too many friends, but I didn't have too many friends at that time, and I was like, you know what, I want to talk to people from around the world just to like see the different cultures. Yeah. So I was having a look online, and I found an app called ePen Pal, and it's like, you know what you used to do. I'm not too sure. How long are you in Australia? Are you living in Australia?
Hello?
Are you living in Australia, Prem?
No, I am from India.
You're from in India. Do you have something called pen pals?
No.
No? Okay, so I'll explain what pen pals are. Pen pals is when you write to people that you don't know, you don't see, and you're not going on a date with them. You write to them as a friend. You ask them how their culture is, how their country is, and you explain things, yeah? And I found this application on my phone called ePen Pal. And essentially that's what it was, where you can't transfer numbers and things like that. Anyway, I downloaded the app and I put in my details, and the first picture that popped up was Tanya. And the only person I clicked on was Tanya. I clicked on her straight away, and I was too terrified to message her, and I was glued to her profile photo. And the profile photo she had, she reckons that she didn't have the profile photo, but the profile photo that she had, I was addicted to it for the whole day. And it took me almost about a good 20 to 24 hours to finally come up with the courage to talk to Tanya. And when I did, I said to her, I know it's going to sound cringy, but I said to her, I want to marry you. First thing that Tanya said, what did you say? Okay. But at intent, she was saying, you're a creep, get away from me.
Basically, yeah.
Basically, that's what she was saying. And I said to her, no, I'm serious. I'm in love with you.
And I know I'm going to marry you.
And bear in mind, I've never been on any of these apps before. And I've never said that to a woman in my life. Ever. I've never said that. But I was in love with her profile photo. And it wasn't even like a raunchy one or anything. It was just, there was something in Tanya's eyes that I just fell in love with the first time I saw her picture. It was just, it was something I've never experienced. And when we started messaging backwards and forwards, and then when I said that to her, sorry, before we go ahead, when I said that to her, she said back to me, what did you say? It was something very basic. She said, that's good. I remember. I said to her, no, I'm serious. I'm going to marry you. And she goes, well, that's good. And I was like, okay. I was hoping a better response than that. And then I asked her to break the tension, because it was really awkward. I said to her, how are you? Like I knew who Tanya was. I said to her, how are you? And yeah, we started talking backwards and forwards, talking to each other about each other's country. And then, how long was it? Like, we were talking to each other long distantly. Would have been, how long do you reckon we were talking long distance for? About 6 months?
Yeah.
about 5 or 6 months, we were talking long distance to each other.
Oh.
And eventually, I said to her, because I didn't like my job at the time. I absolutely hated my job as a salesman. I hated it because I didn't like lying to people, and I was getting real depressed in that job. So I said to Tanya, I'm going to leave my job and I'm going to come to Spain and visit you. And I told my parents that, and my parents went crazy at me. They were telling me I'm stupid, I'm crazy, everything. And then Tanya was like, you know what? Stuff it. I'm coming to visit you in Australia. And I think the first time she came to Australia and she got ripped off by an agency. An agency took her money when she went to buy the flights to come to Australia. She went to buy the flights and they took her money and she couldn't get another flight. And then she had to get an emergency flight. And some emergency flight was taken by the Italian president or something like that. And that's why Tanya doesn't like the Italian president anymore. But she came to Australia. She's like, stuff it, I'll come to Australia. And then she came to Australia, and that is when I proposed to her. So after 5 or 6 months, I proposed to her with an engagement ring. And once she came to Australia, I flew back to Spain with her via England. After a month, she was pregnant. We found out she was pregnant. We told everyone. About 9 or so months later, 9 or 10 months later, we decided to get married. So, we got married, and I have been living here with Tanya ever since. And I came here with nothing on my back, and I've started a family from scratch, and that's how we met.
Wait. I had one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now you are living in Spain or Australia?
We are currently living in Spain. Tanya also works here, and we're living here. Like I said, we moved here, and I moved here with no money, just some clothes. That's it.
For trade.
For my son.
Oh, what about that in your city of COVID-19?
What city are we living in?
Yeah,
We're currently living in Figueras.
It's close to
Figueras.
It's close to Barcelona. It's in Catalonia.
Oh,
It's very close.
okay. Be careful from COVID-19.
Yes. It's a hotspot. Where we live at the moment, it's a hotspot. It's a big hotspot. So we always
Day
make
by
sure
day,
we're very careful.
cases was increasing.
Sorry?
Day by day, cases was increasing.
Yes, that's correct. The cases are increasing a lot. That's It's I'm not going to talk to it about too much, but we can just say that it's ridiculous what people are doing here in this country to basically laugh at what's happening. And that's the reason why it's gotten worse, because people are not taking it serious. That's the basic truth. Anything you want to add to our story? So actually, let's hear Tanya's perspective. What was your perspective about me messaging you and so-called being a creep?
Well, basically is what you just said, but my story started when I had I've always had a huge interest in other cultures, and more than any other cultures, all the ones in Asia. So I wanted to meet people from Asia just to know more about their culture and even have the possibility of visiting their country and knowing more and traveling around. And I met a lot of people in the app. I met people from India, Korea, Japan, China, everywhere. And I was talking casually with like 3 or 4 people, mostly girls, when all of a sudden we were talking about how our day was and where do we live and things like that. And all of a sudden I get a message from a creep telling me that he knows he's going to marry me. and that's it. That adds to your story. That's
You
basically.
tell us more in depth detail.
You just said the rest.
That's
I
it.
said that's good. I was thinking this guy is crazy. Just message him back, see if he shuts up or
So
something.
what were you thinking? What were you thinking when I said I was in love with you?
Oh, you get those kind of messages all the time in that.
You do?
Yeah, all the time from people, just random people. So I was like, oh, another one on the list. Good on you. That's what I said. That's good.
I think I deleted that app after like 2 weeks of speaking to you. I think.
Probably.
So I didn't even get to see what the full extent of the app, to be honest. And I was supposed to download the app to talk to people, but I ended up finding my soulmate on there instantly, and it was crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I've never experienced anything like it. Because, like I said, I was Prem. I'm very much like Indians in a sense where I was very shy. Yeah, like I mean, real shy. And for me to say that to Tanya, it's big because it really does emphasize that I was in love with her. I still am. Some days.
Some days, yeah.
Some days. But yeah, I still am.
Stay home, stay safe.
Yep, you too, buddy. You make sure. How's C19 where you are? Good or bad?
Bad.
It's bad, is it? So
Yeah.
you can't go to the shops or anything like that?
Yeah?
You can? Okay. Is everyone wearing masks or people following the rules or not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone wears mask.
They are, but some people no.
Yes.
Well, remember to stay safe too, Prem, okay? Remember to stay safe.
Okay,
and
okay.
always wash your hands. Wash your hands. Be very hygienic. I like to emphasize that a lot. Okay, buddy. I'll
Yeah, me
speak to
too.
you later, okay? Okay?
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.